Alright, what is up you guys? It is John here again, coming at you guys with a new tutorial. And today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a Naruto-style karambit. So yeah, enjoy. Alright, so you're going to start off with 6 sheets of paper. You're going to need 6 sheets of paper, you're going to need some scissors, and a pencil, and some popsicle sticks, and tape. And don't worry about how many popsicle sticks I have right now, because you're only going to need about 3 or 4 in reality. So first step, you're going to take your 6 sheets of paper, you're going to fold them in half, and you're going to crease them very nicely. Like you're just going to crease them like so nicely, like 10 out of 10. And you're going to be taping down all the sides after you crease it. And that's just so you don't have a lot of movement with the paper when you're cutting it and when you're drawing the sketch and everything. So you're just gonna tape all the sides nicely. So you tape this side, and yeah. And you're also going to tape the sides of the rectangle, I guess you'd call that. And don't worry about the back, because of course the back is already folded, so it's already together, so you don't have to tape that, obviously. And you're going to sketch the karambit. So yeah, don't worry about how light my sketch is, because I do darken it eventually. So this is a Naruto style karambit used by Asuma sensei himself. And this karambit, I guess, the blade is pointed in the opposite direction of a traditional karambit, so that makes it like 10 times cooler. So yeah, if you like this blade, then leave a like. It really helps me out a lot. And so yeah, I'm just sketching this right now. I'm sketching the finger holes. Let's just call them rings. So I'm sketching the rings, and yeah, so your sketch should look like this in the end. It should be about this size on the sheet of paper. And so what I did is I cut this one side and I taped it, and that's just to keep it from falling apart. So you're also going to cut the bottom of the blade, or I guess the back of the blade, and you're also going to, well no, you're not going to tape this side, I lied. Don't forget what I said. So now you're going to cut out these ring holes, or these rings. I don't even remember what I said. I'm calling them rings, okay. So yeah, just going to cut them out. And this is about 12 sheets thick, because you had 6 sheets and then you fold it in half, so it's going to be pretty hard to cut, but I believe in you. You can do it. And so I'm going to take out the index ring hole, then you're going to start all of the other holes. So you're going to start the middle finger ring, and then the ring finger ring, and once you get through that, you're going to start the pinky finger ring. And so then you're going to take your popsicle stick and you're going to cut it in half, cut it in half, and then you're going to break it the rest of the way, because you can't go all the way through with that. But then you're going to cut this side of the blade, and make sure when you're cutting the sides of the blades you do it in the order that I'm doing it in, because otherwise it will fall apart. And so right now what I'm doing is I'm counting 6 sheets in, because you're going to want to have this to be perfectly in between all the sheets. So I just stuck this into the side of the blade, and I cut it, and then I taped it, and then cut the other side, and I taped that as well. So yeah, so you have one side done, one side reinforced. Then you're going to take a full popsicle stick and you're going to slide it into the bottom. And what I'm doing here is I'm taping a piece of tape. Yes, I'm taping a piece of tape to the popsicle stick, and then I'm folding it over to the back of the paper. So basically I'm taping the popsicle stick to the sheet so it does not move. And after that, you can go ahead and close the gap there after you feel like it's been taped enough, because you don't want it to move a lot, but you shouldn't have a problem with it on this part. So you're going to tape the gap completely closed right now. And now what you're going to do is you're going to cut this side of the blade. As I said before, make sure you do it in this order to avoid problems. So yeah, just cut it. And so you're going to have something that looks like this. You're going to have a lot of flaps. Yeah. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put your half of a popsicle stick under the other popsicle stick or over it, doesn't matter, as long as it's down there with it. And what that does is it basically reinforces it so it doesn't move as much. So yeah, just gonna make sure everything is nice and straight. And what I did is I put some tape on the pinky ring so it would not, the popsicle stick, that it went down that far and I can't tape it in there because the gap's already closed. So I just put some tape right there so it wouldn't come out. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna tape the front of it to the sheet to stabilize it. And you're going to be doing a lot of stabilizing because most of this is popsicle sticks reinforcing the pre-cut model. So you're going to stabilize, right? Stabilize. You're going to stabilize it, and then you are going to close this gap once again, and just make sure everything is nice and neat. And yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut these knuckles out. Now that you have the whole bottom taped, you shouldn't have a problem with it coming apart. So you are going to cut out these knuckle blades, I guess we can call them, because they are blades and they're on the knuckles, so they're knuckle blades. So you're going to cut all of them out and just be as neat as possible, because the neater you cut it, the better it will look at the end. And I don't know why I skipped that one, but I did, so don't skip that one. You can go ahead and cut it right now because it won't make a difference. So what I did is I put the popsicle stick, or half of the popsicle stick, in here, and then I stabilized it with some tape. And then what I did is I cut the excess of the popsicle stick off. So you're going to take your scissors after you have it stabilized and you're going to cut the excess off. And yeah, just leave as little of the popsicle stick showing as possible, and you shouldn't have a problem. Then what you're going to do is you're going to close the gap once again, and yeah, tape it nicely. Then this is where I cut off the other knuckle part. I don't know why I waited till now. It really didn't make a difference, but yeah. So just cut that off, and now you have your full blade model. So all you have to do is reinforce it. So see how flimsy it still is at the top, but the bottom's pretty sturdy. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut this other popsicle stick in half. So I think in total, like I said before, you're using about 3 or 4 popsicle sticks. So it's very conservative when it comes to popsicle sticks. So you don't have to waste a lot of popsicle sticks. It's very friendly for the environment. So you're going to take the bigger half of the popsicle stick and you're going to fit it in there nicely, and you should have some excess sticking over the pinky ring, and all you're going to do is take out the half and hold it the place where the excess is with your finger, and you're just going to cut it off. So now it should be of perfect size, and you're going to overlap it just like you did before. In this model, you do want to overlap a lot of the popsicle sticks. If they're like touching, then you just want to overlap them. And so you're going to stabilize this popsicle stick that's on the blade, or this half popsicle stick, and then you're going to continue to stabilize it, I guess. I think I used about 3 pieces of tape just to make sure it wouldn't move. Just going to tape it nicely. Beautiful. And yeah. So now you're going to cut the gap. Close the gap. I don't know what I'm thinking. Close the gap, and yeah, just seal everything and make sure the tape is nice and flat, and it looks nice. Just gonna seal the gap like a FedEx man, and yeah. So now what you're going to do is take the other half of the popsicle stick and you're just gonna feel over here if you have any gaps. So what I did is I went down in between each of the, I guess you can call them rods, in between each of the finger rings, and just test if there are any holes, and I found one, so I just taped it up. Yeah, so just go through, make sure you don't have any. And what you're going to be doing, as you could probably guess by now, is you're going to be putting half a popsicle stick in between each rod just to make it more sturdy. So you're going to measure about how long your rod is, and you're going to cut the half popsicle stick to that length. And you should have 3 or 4, I think 4, yeah, maybe. I think it's 3, it's probably 3, it's 3. So you're going to put that in there, and the way I did this, because it's so deep in there and you can't stabilize it, you just put tape around the edge of the rings. So you just go through and you put tape in between the rings, and that will keep the rod from moving. And you just do that for all 3 of them. I'm pretty sure it's 3, like I said. 1, 2, yeah, it's 3. So, yeah, just going to stabilize each one of them using this method. And this just adds some extra sturdiness to the model. So it's going to be really sturdy now. And so, did the last one. And so now you just have the knuckles left. So the knuckles, you're going to do the same thing you did before. You're going to take a piece that is about the size of the knuckle. You're going to put some tape on it before you stick it in there. Then you're going to stick it in there and stabilize it. And then you're going to close the gap, just like so. Because if you don't put the tape on there before you put it in, it's going to be very difficult for you to put the tape on it. So then you're probably going to need one more popsicle stick, and you're going to cut that in half, and then you're going to cut the halves into little pieces that will fit on your knuckle blades. So then you're going to take it and you're going to pre-tape it, I guess, and you're going to tape it to the sheet, also known as stabilizing, copyright 2015. Yeah, it should have something that looks like this when you're done. And if you like this video, then leave a like. Yeah, it helps me out a lot. And thanks for watching. I'm John, and I'm out.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe.